So step one for Camtasia, I have to actually get Camtasia. It's csun.edu/IT/software is where you go. Gonna scroll down to software download here. Log in with your Canvas info. And the one that I am downloading is Camtasia. It's right here. Click on download and then follow the instructions. It will ask you for a license key the first time. So make sure that you copy paste this license key. That's where you get it, is right there after you've downloaded it. So Camtasia, once you have it, you can open it up like this, new project. So it has a lot of options. Try not to get overwhelmed. You don't need to use everything just to have the basics down. What's great about Camtasia is you can record your screen, let's say. So this is how I record my full screen. I could record my face also if I wanted to, but I don't want to right now. This is my built-in mic, and this would be the system audio if I wanted it to record music that was coming from the computer itself or sound. So start recording. And now Camtasia is recording my whole screen. So I could say, click on here and download that. Maybe I want to go to Canvas and show something to my students, or maybe I want it to be a picture of my face, let's say. So maybe I have this first part where I'm going to show my students something on Canvas. And then with Camtasia, when I'm finished, stop recording. Now that recording is up here. It is an MP4 file. This track is the video. This track is the audio. If I wanted to delete part of it, I could just right-click, split all, and then maybe that part's the end of it. So split all. And then I could delete just that. If you want to do a ripple delete, that'll squish these two things together. So now I've deleted part of it. Maybe we had some dead air or something, and I wanted to take out part of my lesson. Maybe I want to end it, so split all, and I can just delete these. I'm highlighting both by clicking Shift to select both. So now I've ended it early. Maybe I want to add something else, so I can record again, start the new recording. Maybe I'm clicking into the class and I want to show them something else. Clicking on academic advisement, I don't know. Show them all kinds of things. And then when I'm done, stop recording, go back to Camtasia. So this is the new one that I just recorded. So if I wanted it to go at the end, I could drag it right there. So now we go from one video into the next video pretty seamlessly. If you feel like adding transitions, you can do that. And it's very PowerPointy where there's like circles or fun fades. That's probably not as necessary. One thing I make pretty common use of is under annotations, there's this little blur droplet. And I like to use this blur sometimes to block out my personal info. So maybe I don't want them to see everything I'm teaching. Maybe I don't want them to see how long my to-do list is. So I might stick that blur right there. It adds a third track, and that track is the blur, so I can make it longer, I could make it shorter, but down here is where all of that stuff happens. So we've added a blur, we've talked about putting things together. If I wanted to add an audio track, I could add an MP3 to my media library and then just put it on track 4, let's say, and that would add music to whatever I had going on. But that's kind of just the basics of this. And then as far as sharing it, up here where it says share, automatically putting it on YouTube does work. I usually do a local file as an MP4 and then put it on YouTube myself, so I have a little bit more control. I give it a try, see which way you like it. But let's give it a name, save it to my desktop, and then once it's on my desktop, I can upload it just like I would upload any other MP4 to YouTube. So I would say Camtasia is really powerful and useful, but it has a lot of options. So check it out and see what works for you. I just wanted to show you, this is my Camtasia. So I made an oops. Oh, Canvas. I said Canvas when I meant to say Camtasia. So I have a couple of options here. I could go to annotations. I could grab one of these call outs and just type, I meant to say Camtasia. Too many words that start with C. Canvas. Once you have it, you can open it up. And then it would just be a little call out as it goes. So Canvas. Once you have it, you can. One issue with that is that students might not be watching. They might just be listening. I don't know. Maybe I want to be a little bit more in-depth about it. So let's see where that, I'm going to zoom in and look at where I say it and then do a voiceover. Oh, Canvas. Okay. So the little peak right here is where I started saying can, and then Canvas. There we go. Then we ended it at the end of that peak right there. So this is just the word canvas. Oh, Canvas. Good. So I could delete it. But it did. So once you... That I've just gotten rid of the video, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to right click and separate video and audio. So now I just have the audio I could delete. So now I have, once you have it, that's fine. It's a little bit of dead air, but not that big of a deal. I don't think most people would notice. If I really felt like it, I could put in voice narration. So now I can just record myself saying Camtasia. Camtasia. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the very first part of that, make it a little bit shorter, squish that guy. Whoop. If you ever do something on accident that you didn't mean to change, just Command Z or Control Z, depending on whether you're on your Mac or PC, and just undo that thing. It's great. All right, let's see. So Camtasia, once you have it. Haha! I mean, it's pretty obviously a voiceover, but I think it's fine. I wanted to also show you how I zoomed in there. There might be a better way that you're supposed to do it, but what I did is split selected, and then I kind of just grabbed the canvas and dragged it until it was big, until it was about the right size that I liked. I'm using my scroll wheel to zoom out, so you see how all the rest of the image is over there, but I've just zoomed in on just this part right here. Whatever you can see inside of this box is what they'll be able to see. So we'll do that, and then now we ended it at the end of that peak right there. So now when I say that peak, that people will actually know what peak I'm talking about, because it was pretty small on that original one.